Now on Talking Solutions, fall is here, and that means flu season is not far behind. So we got Jamie Monturo on the phone. Jamie with the Smith's Pharmacies. Hello, Jamie.
Hello.
Are you here in Las Vegas?
No, I'm in Salt Lake City.
Well, Jamie, I was told that you're like the pharmacist that handles all of these Smith's pharmacies.
Yep.
So do you have a count? That's a lot of different pharmacies.
Yeah, we have 135 pharmacies in 7 Intermountain West states. Most of our pharmacies are in Utah, Nevada, and New Mexico, and then we have 4 other states where we just have a few locations. But we're a part of the Kroger organization.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm responsible for the Smith stores specifically, but I work with our parent company and kind of the reach that we have across the country, too. So the promotion that we're running with the Feeding America campaign is the same across the country.
I mentioned that to my mother on the phone on the way in because she's in Wichita, Kansas, and the Kroger affiliate is called Dillon's.
Yep. And they're doing it, too.
Yeah.
Feeding America.
Jamie, I was wondering if I could draw on your knowledge as a pharmacist about this year's flu season. We've got the kids back in school now. We're in that little window of time where the holidays will be coming fast and heavy and everybody will be busy. But right now sounds like a good time to take care of the flu shots.
Yeah, really, the sooner the better. I mean, definitely by the end of October is a good aim to get your flu shot because, yeah, you're right. As kids get back to school, they start spreading illness, and the flu is in that mix. But where we really see the spikes of flu tend to be anywhere from December to maybe March. So you just want to get that flu shot on board, make sure that you're getting all of your antibodies built up so that you have protection, and to stop the spread of it, too, so we have a lighter flu season. That would be the goal.
Have you heard anything from the CDC about what kind of flu season we're looking at this year? Because they do make that projection.
Yeah, it's hard to project, so we don't usually get the information about how severe it is until it gets a little further into the season. We know that we came off a relatively light flu season last year, which concerns us because sometimes people don't worry as much about it if they personally didn't get sick or they don't know others that were sick. So the next season, sometimes the vaccination rates take a dive, and it just changes year by year to where we could have a severe season this year. But I haven't heard that it's going to be severe, but again, you just never know.
We're talking to Jamie Monturo, the head of the Smith's Pharmacies, and you got way more than 100 that you're responsible for.
Yeah, 135 pharmacies in pretty much all the states in the Intermountain West. So definitely Utah, Nevada, and New Mexico, you'd be familiar with Smith's, and then a bunch of other states as well. But we're a part of the Kroger company, so we have pharmacies all across the country, 35-plus states, where we're all part of the same organization, focused on the same things.
How long have you been doing this, Jamie?
I've been a community pharmacist for 13 years, for my whole career, really, and been giving immunizations to patients since the beginning of my career. And then in my current role, I've been in it for 5 years.
That's about the amount of time, too, that I've been hearing more about shots and immunizations in places people might not ordinarily think of. Back in the day, everybody went to the doctor's office or clinic to get their shots. But now we're hearing more about places like the Smith's Pharmacy and all the offerings that you have that maybe people don't have top of mind.
Definitely. It was about the late 90s that pharmacists started thinking that there was a gap that they could help to fill. So vaccination rates for adults especially tend to be quite low. So really spreading awareness through pharmacies and access to getting vaccines has helped with the adult immunization rates. So definitely the annual flu shot is where we started out, but we're really being called upon by our public health colleagues to broaden our reach to offer a lot more vaccines than just flu. So, depending on the state regulations, we can offer a pretty wide variety of adult vaccines. And when you're getting your flu shot, it's a great time to have the pharmacist just check, hey, what else do you need to get up to date with?
And that's easy to do, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can actually get multiple shots on the same day, kind of get it all over and done with. You might have 2 sore arms, but you'll be protected against some pretty scary vaccine-preventable diseases.
Jamie, you hear the excuses. No, I'm one of those people who shouldn't have a flu shot. What I'm hearing, though, that actually more people need a flu shot than people who shouldn't get it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That everybody from about 6 months of age all the way through your life, you should have a flu shot.
Yes, absolutely. That is the recommendation. There are very rare exceptions. So if you've had an allergic reaction in the past, which is an extremely rare rare thing to a flu shot, you shouldn't get one. Or if you're allergic to any component of the vaccine, and you know that going in. And that is a teeny tiny population of people that shouldn't get a flu shot. Otherwise, if you have chronic illnesses, you should get one. If you're absolutely healthy, you should get one. And the reason flu definitely affects the younger and the older people worse, it causes the most harm, hospitalizations, and even deaths in those that are very young and very old. So the rest of us kind of in the middle that feel like, oh, I'm pretty healthy, I won't get the flu, or if I get the flu, it's not really going to cause much trouble. The problem is you're going to spread it to people who are then going to spread it to others who are at extremely high risk. So it's kind of this thing that we do for our community, for our community's health, getting vaccinated, and particularly with the flu as this example. So yes, everybody 6 months of age and older should get one every year.
And that is an excellent point. Jamie Monturo is with us today on Talking Solutions, head of the Smith's Pharmacies. Jamie, when we get a flu shot, we might be a healthy person, but we're also protecting the vulnerable people in our family, the young and the old and the people who have medical conditions who really can't take the flu. By us staying well, it also helps to protect them.
That is exactly right.
You got a special thing going on for the next several months during flu season. Smith's Pharmacies are giving a special benefit when we go in and get a flu shot, which is easy and fast and simple and should be covered by most insurance. Is that right?
Yep, that's correct.
We get the flu shot, and then you turn around with Smith's Pharmacies, and you do something for our friends at Feeding America.
Yes, this is a really new, exciting campaign this year, just to be able to do something more for our communities. Smith's has partnered with Feeding America, which works with local food banks like Three Square and others in different states. So we partner with Feeding America, and for every shot we give, a meal is donated to a family in need in one of our communities through the local food bank.
So I get my flu shot, and someone in need in our community through Three Square Food Bank and Feeding America gets to eat.
Yep, a way to give back. So not only are you protecting those in your community from the flu if you protect yourself, but you're also giving back in a different way as well.
I love the idea of giving back, and that's going to go on into, the early spring?
Yeah, we give flu shots, really. The CDC's recommendation is give it all the way through the year, because if someone gets busy, they don't get a flu shot, and let's say it's February or even March, there's still potential for them to be exposed to the flu and to get the flu, so it's never too late. We're really vaccinating all the way through, maybe end of March is when we typically have our vaccines available, and through that whole time period, we're going to be donating a meal when we give someone a flu shot.
And no more excuses. You can't say, oh, I'm too busy to go to the doctor, I'm too busy to go to the clinic. The next time you're at the supermarket, stop by the Smith's Pharmacy and say, hey, I want a flu shot.
Yep, exactly. The one-stop shop idea gives it new meaning, for sure.
Jamie, before I let you go, from your perspective as a pharmacist, do you have any tips for us? Ways to stay healthy this fall and winter? Ways that we can possibly avoid the flu in addition to getting a flu shot?
There are definitely things. Get your flu shot, but when you're not feeling well or you're around others who are feeling well, it's just that regular personal hygiene that we talk so much about, washing your hands frequently, covering your cough, and inevitably during the holidays especially is when we start getting in close quarters with all of our family and friends, and so that's just the perfect time to really be thinking of frequent hand washing and, with my little girl, not letting her sneeze all over somebody if she's not feeling well, even sometimes keeping people away from those that we know are really sick, which is hard to do during the holidays, but the closer the quarters, the more likely we can spread it. Just being aware of that, and then, again, getting that flu shot. Being
protective for yourself and being considerate to everybody else around you at the same time is always a good thing.
Definitely.
And as far as the flu shot, Jamie, we need to go ahead and get that in our system because there is a little bit of lag time. We need to get it in, get those, as you said, antibodies built up.
Yep, exactly. It takes sometimes up to 2 weeks for that flu shot to give you full protection. That's why right now is a really good time, because going into October, you'll be protected. You'll have had that time to build those antibodies. One thing that we hear a lot from people is they say, oh, I got a flu shot and then I got the flu. So just in thinking about that 2-week window where your protection is building, those cases where somebody really truly got the flu, it couldn't have been caused from the flu shot, but sometimes it's because they weren't being cautious in terms of being exposed to the flu virus from someone one in that 2-week period while their immunity was building, or coincidentally that they were exposed prior to getting the shot, but they just associate it with the shot that they got. That's just something to keep in mind. But again, get the shot now, get your immunity built up, going into the holidays, going into the peak times for flu.
And you've got the flu shots at Smith's Pharmacies. And when you do that, covered by most insurance, easy to do. You can make it part of your next grocery shopping trip. And Smith's in turn will donate meals to Feeding America just because you got your flu shot.
That's correct. Sounds like a good deal.
Jamie, have we covered the bases?
I think we covered a lot.
Thanks so much for being part of Talking Solutions.
Thank you for having us. It was great. I really appreciate it.